Well, what's up, guys? GotDave here, and I got some new tires on this bike. I got those Conti Trail Attack 2s that I was telling you I was gonna get. Same tires that I have on the Duke 690 right now, and I love these tires, man. They're rated as a 90% on-road and 10% off-road dual sport tire. And I was looking at different dual sport tires for this bike, and they have ones that range from like 80% off-road to, 80% off-road, 20% on-road, all the way to like 50-50 to like 60-40 to, all different kinds. And the ones that came on this bike are basically like 90% off-road and 10% on-road. And now the ones that I got on here are 10% off-road and 90% on-road, because that's usually what I'm doing with this bike. Usually I'm just riding around through the canyons and riding around town and stuff like that. So I really am not digging the knobby tires, and I don't feel like they're safe. And I remember long ago when I had my WR250 and I swapped those tires out on that bike, I remember how nice it was. There is like so much less vibration in the bars and in the pegs, and just the overall bike just feels so much smoother with these tires on it. It's awesome. Made such a difference getting rid of those knobby tires. So like I said way back when in that street tires for your dual sport video, I think it was like video number 22 or something. It was like right when I was just first starting with the motovlogs, and it was one of the first things that I thought of, because it was so much better on my WR250 when I swapped out to those tires to these actual tires, these Conti Trail Attacks on that bike. It made all the difference in the world. It was awesome. One of the things that I was going to say about getting new tires on this bike, a bike that takes tubes with spoked rims, is that I heard a video not too long ago, and the dude was talking about how he recommends when you get new tubes that you get the heavy duty tubes. And I have to disagree. I have to totally disagree with that, because those heavy duty tubes, first off, if you swap the tires out yourself, okay, it is a total pain to get those heavy duty tubes in versus regular tubes. The other thing that I think about is how much weight that it's adding to your wheel. Like rotating weight, which is the absolute worst. It's probably like a pound heavier than the stock tube, than the regular tube. And my suggestion is don't do it. Think about it this way. Normal motorcycle tires, like 17s that are on like street bikes, you don't have a tube inside there because it's like a mag wheel. If you're unlucky, you run over a nail or a screw or something and you get a flat tire, and that's dumb luck. And that's why you gotta have like AAA or some sort of a service, or one of those plug kits. But don't get a heavy duty tube thinking that it's gonna keep you from getting flats, because all it's gonna do is make your wheels heavier and make your bike that much harder to ride. It's the gyroscope effect when you're turning is gonna be way greater, and it's actually going to make it harder to ride your bike. In addition to it accelerating slower and braking less efficiently because it's got more rotating weight. You don't want that. You don't want heavy wheels, you want lightweight wheels. So stick to those regular tubes, and know that if there was a way that you could switch your bike over to non-spoked rims and go without those tubes, think about that. How much lighter your wheels would be without the tubes. So stay away from those heavy duty tubes. That's my suggestion. But I mean, if you disagree, definitely leave it in the comments section. If there's a reason why you really think that you need those heavy duty tubes and why you think it's like a better way to go, let me know. But I think having light wheels is the way to go. Talk to you later. Peace.